Următorul speaker de astăzi este Andrea Bratu, manager de investiții în echipa de finanțe inclusive a Fondului European de Investiții, FEI. Rolul instituțiilor financiare în sprijinirea întreprinderilor sociale, programe dedicate de sprijin ale Fondului European de Investiții. Andrea, 10 minutes, please.
Thank you very much. Bună ziua, profit de ocazie să vorbesc un pic la introducere în română. E o mare plăcere să fiu aici, a fost o zi foarte inspirațională și mă bucur foarte mult de asemenea să fiu din nou în Iași, care e un oraș atât de frumos. O să fiu cât de concretă pot fi. The inclusive finance team of the European Investment Fund, which I am part of and happy to represent today, is responsible with the implementation of the microfinance and social entrepreneurship programs, mainly in Europe and a few candidate countries. The current program we are focusing on, the Micro and Social Portfolio Instrument, was launched last month, like Dana Verbal mentioned, for the next 5 years under the broader InvestEU program. The instrument is meant to be the successor of the Employment and Social Innovation Program, the so-called EASY, which was the dedicated micro and social program for the last 7 years. Before getting into more details on the new instrument, I would like to briefly present some results and observations under the EASY program, which I thought could be interesting. Next slide, please. Okay. The program, EASY, contained funding instruments and guarantee instruments fully deployed at this moment, that aimed at increasing the availability of and access to finance for vulnerable groups, micro and social enterprises. Via these instruments, 4.2 billion euros were signed as a maximum portfolio volume between EIF and 125 financial institutions. As you see, it's around 50-50 financial intermediaries represented by banks and non-bank financial institutions. These agreements covered 31 countries, the 27 European ones, and 4 candidate countries. From a target, just the previous slide, please. From a target segment and financial inclusion point of view, it is interesting to see that 137,000 micro and social enterprises were supported at European level, and over 380,000 jobs were preserved. Even more interesting, I find some internal statistics. 79% of these micro and social entrepreneurs didn't have any prior loans. 24% are migrant entrepreneurs, and 30% are female entrepreneurs. You can go to the next slide. You're okay. Looking more into the social entrepreneurship window now, we see that it represents 33% of the maximum portfolio volume, and the rest of 67% is on microfinance. Out of the on the social entrepreneurship part, 69% of the volumes were deployed via banks and 31% non-bank financial institutions, as compared to microfinance, where it was half-half. The reason seems to be that social enterprises required higher amounts in terms of financing needed for their projects as compared to micro-entrepreneurs. And these higher amounts were easier to be deployed via banks, although the whole, let's say, financial sector is still learning about the social enterprises specificities and quite different, not complex, but different risk analysis. Next slide, please. From a geographical outreach point of view, it has been already mentioned, and you can see in pink, there are some countries, France, Spain, Portugal, that really stand out, and this is mainly because of their very long tradition on the segment and the legislation that does support the social entrepreneurship sector. Okay. What is next? The InvestEU program, covering the next 5 years, was published last month. So it's a very exciting period, and I do invite anyone interested to go on the EIF website, where you'll find many information. Under the microfinance and social entrepreneurship window, which I will focus on today, we find the dedicated instrument for social entrepreneurship, which is meant to be the successor of EASY. And for those familiarized with it, you'll see that the instrument, the new instrument, is very similar, because it is meant to ensure a continuation of the offer in the market. In practice, what does this instrument do? It aims to support the financial inclusion and development of micro and social enterprises via a guarantee instrument that enables banks and non-bank financial institutions in offering these social enterprises financing products under, and this is very important, under significantly better conditions than without the guarantee instrument, like reduced pricing, reduced collateral, and so on. Oops, oh, it's lost here, okay. Other key terms that I wanted to highlight is that it's an instrument free of charge and guarantees up to 80% of the financing offered to the social enterprise, so the final recipient, and has an inclusion period of 2 to 3 years. I think I kept mentioning this instrument and EASY together because it is meant to ensure a continuation and not to disrupt the market too much. But there is one important difference. For social entrepreneurship, the maximum amount available has been increased from 500,000 euros to 2 million, which is, well, in reality, generally social enterprises do require an amount much smaller than 500,000 euros, but still there is this desire of not losing anyone, any interesting project, any interesting initiative. And next slide, please. Yes, for those interested, this slide is only meant to present a comparison and again to highlight the continuation under InvestEU of the previous EASY program. This is all on my side. Thank you very much. And I'm here for any questions.
Mulțumim foarte mult, doamna Bratu, pentru prezentare. Foarte multe informații extrem de utile pentru sector și sunt convins că vor fi întrebări, pentru că în scurt timp o să urmeze și o parte de socializare, o scurtă pauză.